you know you have a test this weekend, and one of the methods for voting is called the Borda count method, and we're going to do that one right here, so pay attention. Okay, so on your paper, and I got to make this just a tad smaller to get some work area. So here we go. So you have A, you have 5 of them right here. Okay. Now let's go through all of these. A is going to get 5 points. Second place is going to get 4, 3, 2, and 1 point. Okay? So let's go through all the A's. Here's A. That's 5 times 8. Plus, here's another A. That's 6 times 1. Here's another A. That's 4 times 2. Here's another A. That's 3 points, so that's 3 times 3. And then here's another A. That's 4 points, 4 times 5. So that gives you the total points. And of course, you'd have to multiply that out. Okay, let's go to B. B is here. That's 4 points, so that's 4 times 8. This one is 5 points, 5 times 6. This next one right here is 2 points, so that's 2 times 2. And then right here you have a B, and that's 1 point, so that's 1 times 3. And then finally you have a B right here, and that's 2 points, so that's 2 times 5. And then you got to add that up. Let's go to C. 3 points, 3 times 8. This one is 2 points, 2 times 6. This one is 5 points, so that's 5 times 2. And this one right here, we're on C, and C is right here, so that's 2 points, so that's 2 times 3. And then finally, 1 point, 1 times 5. You got to add that up. D is right here, that's 2 points, so that's 2 times 8. This one right here, D, is 4 points, so that's 4 times 6. Here's D, so that's 1 times 2. And here's a D, so that's 5 times 3. And then finally, the last one, here's a D, it's worth 3 points, so that's 3 times 5. Okay, E is down here, so that's 1 times 8. And then E is right here, that's 3 points, so that's 3 times 6. And here's E, so that's 3 times 2. Here's E, so that's 4 times 3. And then finally E is right here, so that's 5 points, 5 times 5. Get your calculator and multiply all of these out so we can see who wins. And that is the Borda count method. Number 2 here, because you're going to get your worksheet today, you have to use the polarity method. Polarity method is you have to look at the first place votes, and whoever has the most first place votes is going to win. Okay, that should be kind of easy. So if you look up here, A has 6, B has 6, C has 2, D has 3, and E has 5. And this is just polarity, straight up, whoever has the most first place votes. So in this case, it looks like A has 8, B only has 6. So I'm going to go with A on that one. Okay? Now polarity with elimination, you would have to keep eliminating until you got head to head, and then whoever had the most first place votes wins. All right, so you're going to be working all of this. This one is pairwise, so you have to set up a chart. So you got to go A, B, C, D, E, A, B, C, D, E, and then you got to go ahead and do head-to-head comparisons. So A is not going to do it, B is not going to do it, C is not going to do it, D and E. So all of this down here is going to be void. The ones you're going to compare are right here. A and B, A and C, A and D, A and E. Okay? And whoever has the most points for that is going to get 1 point. Okay? So there's a lot of work there, and I want to see the work. If you just give me answers, I'm not going to give you credit. And the worksheet is on yesterday's video, but here it is right here, the backside, okay? And there it is. I'll pull it down just a little bit. We're going to turn our attention now to the next class, which is college algebra. So let's take a look. On college algebra, I want you to go ahead and find the slope. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. Okay, so to find the slope, you're going to put your y's. So it's going to be -5 minus -5 minus -4. And then -3 minus -2. So this becomes a plus, and that's going to give you a -1. This becomes a plus, and that's going to give you a -1, which gives you a +1. Okay, double negative. It says write in slope-intercept form. We're going to use the first point here. Okay, so it's going to be y minus my y equals my slope, and then x minus my x. And there it is, and that is point slope form. You can clean this up, put a plus here and a plus here, and you need to do that. Find slope-intercept form. Well, you're going to distribute the 1, which is going to be easy, so that's x plus 2. You're going to move the 4, which is a plus, that becomes a -4. So you're going to get y equals x minus 2. To get standard form, which we really didn't talk about other than me giving you the formula, that one is you move the x over here with the y. So that becomes a -x plus y is equal to -2. Now, you can't have a negative in the front. They don't allow that. So we're going to go in here and change all those signs. So put that squiggly. And when you change the signs, you get standard form. So it's ax plus by equals c. So a is 1, b is -1, and c is 2. And there it is. Those are the 3 forms. Now, we're going to do parallel and perpendicular. I'm going to change this up a bit. Copy this down. I want you to use this line right here. Y equals 2/3 x plus 2. Copy that down. Okay, so we want parallel. Here's the slope. So the slope is 2/3 from that equation. We're going to use this point. So it's going to be y minus my y equals my slope, and then x minus my x, which is a -4. And that is point slope, and that one is parallel because it has the same slope. Write this down. Parallel lines have the same slope. Okay? Let's do perpendicular. 90-degree lines. Okay? To do perpendicular lines, you're going to do 2 things. 1, 2. You're going to flip it and change. Write that down. The book says negative reciprocal. Negative reciprocal. Same thing. Okay, flip and change. So take 2/3, flip it, and get 3/2, and then change it to a negative. This is what we want. So it's going to be all of this, the same thing, y plus 5, but the slope is going to change. So we're going to use -3/2. There it is, and that's how you do that. And that's called perpendicular lines. So the first one, the lines are parallel. They don't ever cross. This one, they cross at 90-degree angle. That's what perpendicular is. Okay, there it is. We're going to watch a little video and do some work. A worksheet. In today's worksheet, if you're absent or you're not with us for some reason, here it is right here. Remember now, if you come to school and you miss school, you can get it on the video. Or you can ask someone, or you can check the folder. But if you ask the teacher's going to say he doesn't know. Because it's all here. Okay? All on video. And it should be in the folder. But if it's not, you'll have to copy it there. All right, well, that's it for this morning. I hope you guys are having a good day. Have a good morning.